It's invisible. Do you fear the invisible? Such experience with a great impact will modify us internally and subjectively, meaning it will make us question our core principles, values, and conditioning. An unexpected impact as such will force us to find resources to elaborate the real. We face a new reality. We have here an opportunity to better understand what we can learn from this virus, this invisible threat, and rebuild our values, our belief systems, and discover a new way of living. My name is Tatiana Ramza. I'm a psychologist. I work with psychoanalysis, all networks and interfaces which connect life and us. Deprivation is one of the strongest states humans experience in a situation of isolation. By isolating or quarantining ourselves, we can attempt to interrupt our nature and habitual lifestyle patterns in order to hopefully interrupt or stop the natural and habitual patterns of the virus itself. However, in doing this, we are forced to interrupt our typical daily behaviors patterns. This involuntary isolation has an impact on our own freedom, leading us to feel deprived, that we are lacking the usual necessities that we consider important to our lives. It's human nature to resist deprivation and refuse to accept it, seeing it as a violation and limitation of our rights to be free to make our own choices and decisions. All dreams, hopes, and our plans are reduced, and expectations can only be met far in the future. There is loss, there is mourning. Quarantine also brings us close to our own personal psychological symptoms and the symptoms of those we are sharing our lives with. When we are living with someone, we are also living closer to this person's symptoms. In quarantine, these symptoms are very quickly triggered and can become exaggerated far beyond the level experienced on non-quarantine conditions. The question arises as to whether the symptom is totally new or has it simply been lying dormant. Living together like this now is compressing space in which the relationships exist. We had to adapt resources to avoid infection by the invisible threat. The cost is reduced contact, reduced movement. The loss of contact is a loss of references. Physical contact is elementary to human life. The virus brought a pandemic which forced us to change rhythm. If we move, the virus moves. What does it take to make us slow down? What are your ethics? What are your moral principles? A virus has a very complex and sophisticated genetic existence. And more important, it's invisible. To protect ourselves against this somehow unknown entity, we are temporarily forced to lose some freedom. We can define freedom as physically, psychologically, having unlimited liberty on the choices we make in our daily lives. We cannot expect to go through this experience without losing something, In order to create change of any kind, we have to be prepared to let go of old patterns and past belief systems, and to create new ways of feeling free with the restraints of our current existence. With this enforced physical distance, the emotional condition will be impacted. We find new ways to connect with those around us, prioritizing and selecting contacts. Family, friends, and loved ones have a new and more prioritized space in our daily existence. They are present in our thoughts and our mental interactions. We place different value on their rules in our lives and our plans for the future. Face masks have a means of identifying the unity of the world's population under one common cause. We became a unit. The impact of the mask can have two possible outcomes. One, resistance, no acceptance, refusal to change. We are blocked and cease to move forward. Number two, adapt to the system and keep moving forward in whichever way we can. This is a powerful and global threat we are living. This new experience has had a stronger impact on an enormous number of people, and we are now aware of how the world reacts in the face of such significant pandemic. Moral ethics, where did it go? In any extreme situation, some humans will suffer more than others. The presence of a disaster amplifies these differences. We are currently not yet in a position to eliminate this global issue. However, I believe the challenge is rather in the point of negotiation. If we are to negotiate, communication cooperation is key. How effective are our communication channels and methods at this present moment? How can we support this global single unit, us, and sustain an acceptable life for this population of this planet? The key lies in vaccination. What consequences has COVID-19 had in relationships between countries as well between humans? The experience has had an impact on all of us. As a unit we became, what contribution each of us could give at this moment of time. I'm In's Life. I'm Tatiana Ramza. Thank you for listening to me.